Hi everyone, Sponge Thinny Bobtano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of JPEGMAFIA and Danny Brown's Scaring the Hose, Volume 1. Peggy and Danny Brown are superstars of the online hip-hop space, and when the two announced a collaboration album, to say there was a lot of hype would be an understatement. Peggy has been on a roll for the last few years, dropping banger after banger after banger, consistently raising the bar for production, lyricism, and, on a larger scale, the way artists are perceived by and interact with their audience. On the other side of the coin, Danny has been pretty silent leading up to the release of this album, musically at least. He last dropped You Know What I'm Saying back in 2019, which served as a very expressive and amusing return after the triumph that was Atrocity Exhibition. All of this sets the stage for this new record. Scaring the Hose runs for about 36 minutes, a little bit on the shorter side, but within this half hour is one of the strongest crops of tracks from each artist respectively. On the first track, Lean Beef Patty, named after a very buff TikTok creator, the two display the type of abrasive energy that drives the album as a whole. I might also mention the sample-heavy production style that Peggy is famous for is in full effect here, most notably the high-pitched P. Diddy sample that kind of sounds like those Nightcore remixes that used to be all over YouTube. The lyrics feature some topical commentary on social media from Peggy saying, "Watch your energy, watch what you tweet, you could go from Elon to Yay in a week." And on the next track, Step a Pig, we see Peggy's social media influence in his lyrics again, this time addressing his fan base. Peggy and his fans, namely his white fans, have a sort of love-hate relationship where the fans love Peggy but he hates them. They'll willingly get spat on at concerts, and on every album Peggy will diss them. Also, we see Danny Brown changing his style from his previous record, returning to a more Atrocity Exhibition-like vocal delivery. His dynamic rapping complements Peggy's aggressive delivery perfectly here. On the title track of the album, Danny Brown shines lyrically with some poignant comments on rap and the music industry at large. These lines are delivered behind a very minimal instrumental consisting of an out-of-tune saxophone and clapping leading to a cataclysmic drop. JPEGMAFIA absolutely kills the chorus on this one, definitely an earworm. Moving ahead in the album, the track Burfict again displays Peggy's incredible production. On one of my favorite Peggy beats so far, Danny Brown delivers one of his most exciting verses ever. You can't hear this song and not immediately get 5 times more pumped than you were before the song came on. The production here really calls back to some of the ideas Peggy was exploring on his previous record, LP, on a track like Rebound. When I hear this song, I'm imagining the episode of SpongeBob where they're in a band playing at a football game. But this album isn't just loud, rambunctious bangers on a more low-key song like Jack Harlow Combo Meal. The duos show they can deliver a more vibey, low-energy performance too. Featuring Peggy singing, this track is backed by a lo-fi instrumental. It leads into the next track, Ho, or Heaven on Earth, quite nicely. This being another lower-energy, groovy track. Danny Brown's flows on here are amazing, and the gospel samples woven into the beat are amazing. Now, there is a lot to praise about this album, but I must return to one key criticism here. I really just wish this record was longer. I think that most of the songs here are very good, but even just 1 or 2 more songs would have benefited the album greatly. Also, I understand that this is volume 1 of a potential series of albums, but in isolation, I just want more. Also, while Peggy's production has a lot of good about it, there are some songs like Run the Jewels where I feel like it is a tad inconsistent. The beginning of the track shows a lot of promise and takes a risk, but by the time Danny's verse comes on, it really doesn't quite deliver, and as a result makes his part of the song less enjoyable. All of that aside, this was a fantastic listen, loved it really all the way through, despite some small gripes. The boys really delivered on this one, and I gotta say I'm feeling a light 9 to a strong 8 on this one.
Transition. Have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should he review next? Hit the like if you like, subscribe, and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well over here next to my head. Or a couple other videos from the channel that you can check out. By my gang. Bevi Hill Army. Two Roots Nation. Forever.
Let's get some pussy tonight.
Shit.